Jack Jeans, please.
Well, welcome back, everybody.
Oops.
Ding!
Oy, 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 oy,
Doing.
oy, oy.
How does it feel to be back?
I'm super I'm super happy to be back.
I am too. We have been on quite the hiatus.
Well, there has been a ton of shit going on. Just like a crazy amount of shit in personal lives in the last, I don't even know how long it's been. What, 3 months? Yeah.
About 3 months
Yeah.
or so.
There's just an unprecedented amount of shit that's been going on.
Yeah, and like not just like with me, with you, but just in the world in general.
Well, there's that.
Just
too.
everything.
There's
and
that
I
too.
feel like we're probably gonna get off topic quite a bit this episode.
The good thing is we don't really have a topic.
No, we don't. And
So
so
we can do whatever.
you guys are sitting with us here at the airing of this episode. We will have one more out before this. So we do have essentially two coming out shortly. But this is our first official episode back since the last one of the new year. So
Yeah, right.
super happy to be back. I hate that we had to take such a lengthy break from you guys because this has been great. You know, we're coming up into the new year and like we're already in what, April now?
Yeah, April.
I mean, and it's
My
just like,
one of my favorite weeks of the year. The Masters starts today,
Oh,
so
yep,
this is
yep.
I just absolutely love
such
that.
a good time of year.
So, yeah, it's a great time.
Love
And
it.
spring is here. Spring has. I think I don't want to jinx us,
It's
but I
hard.
think we may be out of the woods.
When you're in Northeast Ohio, it's very unpredictable
That's true.
because in the last couple weeks, we've had 80 degrees, 20 degrees, 70 degrees,
We had a
40
day.
degrees.
Was it last week or the week before where it was like 80 on a Sunday
it was.
and like 30
35 or
35
something?
the next day?
Oh, it was so cold.
Or
yeah.
like that on a Saturday versus a Sunday, something.
Yeah,
where it was
little
like
flurries,
like
couple here and there too.
40 degree temperature difference. It was nuts.
It was funny
Like, what's
because
happening?
me and Nolan were texting the one morning because he just went out and bought a new motorcycle.
Oh,
And
so he's probably itching to get out.
Oh,
there.
all
Yeah.
the time. He's outside of work. That's like his thing to do. And so he's like, yeah, man. He's like, I looked at the weather app and it said the high was 63 and I got off work and it was only 42 degrees. And I was like, dude, the high was literally
that was
right
like-
after midnight.
Yeah, it was like at 12:05 a.m.
From
it
that
was
day
63 and
before,
it went,
the 80 degree
Yeah,
day,
it
it
just
dropped to
kept going.
63 after midnight.
and then it just
And
kept
then
going down.
just kept going down.
And that night, I think it was like 23. I mean, yesterday morning, it was like 19. I'm driving to work.
Yeah.
It was like 19.
There was
I'm
frost
like,
yesterday.
God bless America.
Yeah.
I'm so ready to just
I know.
be done with the weather. But anyhow,
Yeah. So I'm not sure what you want to get into, but
if we get into whatever you would like to get into,
First
because
thing
there is a laundry
a
list of stuff
plethora
to talk
of things
about.
happening.
Indeed.
So, Artemis 2 is getting ready to enter back into the atmosphere tomorrow.
Yeah. Can I just make a comment about the Artemis?
Yeah, go
thing?
ahead. Yeah.
I would just wish, like, okay, because we've talked about why can't we go back to the moon, right?
Sure. Yeah.
I don't understand.
Yeah.
Anyhow, but leading up to this voyage, they're like, we're going back to the moon. I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
you're not going. You're going around the moon. You're
Yeah.
flying around. You're not going to the like. You're not gonna. I'm talking about
A moon landing. Yeah.
that. Yeah, supposedly happened. I thought, I would be more excited. I feel like I would be more excited about that than just flying around it.
I mean, it's still very, regardless of the landing or just going, just think about the distance that they're going.
Yeah. And it's neat how they use the gravitational pull to like sling
Basically
them around.
slingshot your way back.
Slingshot your way back once you get in. Yeah.
Because once they left the atmosphere, the
Yeah.
last thrust they had was their trajectory towards the moon.
Right. Did you happen to see the picture that one of the astronauts took of the Earth where you could see the atmosphere?
Yes.
And how, like, we think, right, when we think about the atmosphere, like, and I'm not a scientist, so I don't know, like, I don't even know how many miles it is, whatever
Sure.
it is. But that picture of the moon you could see the atmosphere, and it literally was like paper thin going around the planet. It was
Yeah,
crazy.
it's insane. Do you see like the solar eclipse too that they
Yeah,
witnessed
yeah.
with the moon, with
Yeah.
the Earth behind it?
Yeah,
It's
because
just
they went to the far side of the moon.
Yeah.
And all that. That's
So
pretty
crazy.
cool. Yeah, that's neat.
What's driving me crazy about the whole thing is, God, all the people online that are just like, it's fake, it's CGI, it's AI, it's fake, it's
I
all
watched
staged.
the thing
And I'm
where
just
I watched
like,
it like live when it took off.
Well, and that's the thing.
launched.
People that either live out there or you know, the trajectory of where it was going when it launched, a lot of people saw all this launch.
Yes,
You know,
in
tons of
person.
people saw it.
So what are the flat earthers saying? Because we
Dude,
have like pictures, right?
I mean, even from like
we had pictures before,
we
but
ha-
now
and we have like with technology now, the pictures we have now,
are even better.
you literally cannot convince people anymore. And it's
So we still have people that are holding on to that.
listen, man, you know how I feel about social media,
Yes,
and I've
it's just a
just
cesspool.
because of like content creation and all that stuff, I am trying to lean back into it because I know to have any kind of success, you do have to have social media.
you gotta you do. Yes.
So I just made a new Instagram.
You do.
A couple weeks ago, and
personal.
personal for now. Eventually, I'll probably make one for the podcast and stuff. But it's like I already, in just a short amount of time, remember why I deleted it in the first place. And it's not
Doesn't
that I'm
take long.
triggered or anything like that. It's just like the constant like bitching and fighting over shit. And then especially these people, like the flat earthers and the people that are like, oh, this shit's fake. Like this didn't happen. Like whether it was back in the 60s, 70s
throw
or now.
and you throw the bot stuff that's in there. Like you can't necessarily tell
Sure.
if that's like a real person that has brought that up or made that comment or whatever, because
Yeah.
that's a whole thing.
Right.
And and it's like, yeah, I know. You're right.
Yeah, and then there's these people like, and I think it's probably all AI images, but people like essentially taking pictures of inside the Artemis spacecraft of the astronauts and putting green screens behind them and all this bullshit and having them hanging on like suspension lines and stuff. I'm like, like Jesus Christ, can we just accept the fact that like
bigger things to be concerned
we
about
have like
than that?
studied and advanced as humans and in technology that we are able to make some kind of like jump to the moon and jump in progression in space. Like, why can't we just accept that?
And here's an interesting thing is that like so when Elon Musk did it with his rocket, right? And he shot them, however many that they did, they launched them and they brought them back.
Right.
Nobody was saying that was fake.
Yeah, don't give a shit about Katy Perry and them being up in orbit. But that wasn't fake. What are we like? What is
Right. This is fake.
And I'm getting upset over it because one, I love space. I love science. Like it's all very interesting to me. And like over the last handful of years, I have had such curiosity on what's outside of our planet. And it's like there are people taking huge risk, you know, of their lives to just make such a small discovery.
Yeah.
And like not even really do anything.
Right.
Just to survive a trip to the moon and back.
Yeah, exactly.
And
Right.
they could still not survive. I mean, that's a
I mean, it's
possibility.
not back yet.
I mean,
so anything could happen.
I saw some numbers today. It was like when the Artemis 2 gets close and it starts to enter the atmosphere, it's going at like 24,000 miles an hour. That's like as fast as a bullet.
Yeah,
And then on
wild.
top of that, they've changed the trajectory to a higher angle because of the angle it's hitting the atmosphere. It can reach up to 5,000 degrees. So like they had to change it to protect the astronauts from burning out. You know, it's like
so that the heat shield would protect
yeah,
the
and like
ship.
there's such a risk at every second. You know,
yeah.
and it just pisses me off that like there's people out there who are, you know, taking a leap of faith, you know, taking risk and just to like help humanity make these like small marks in discovery that like, you know, even this is like compared to like what's out there, it's such like
It's just a
I
small
mean, it's
piece.
huge success to us.
Sure.
But to like just the
It's a
universe,
small piece
it's such a
of
small
what's
thing.
out there. Yeah, small
And
piece
then
of
we
what's
have
out there.
these little shitbirds on Earth who are just like, oh, it's fake. It's fake.
Yeah, well, get your ass in there and do it. And go
That's
for
what
a
I'm
trip
saying,
around the
man.
moon,
I'm like,
buddy.
go outside and look up and
Yeah.
just check it out for yourself. I don't know. You know, but I won't rant about that anymore. It's really cool. We went back to or around the moon. That's awesome.
Yeah.
We've talked about space quite a bit on here, so I just really needed to.
I just
bring
hope
that
we
up.
land on the moon again. Or
Well, and you
at
know,
all.
I think with
I just think it would be
if
really
this whole
sweet to
trip is
see that.
successful, there's no doubt in my mind we're going to continue to do stuff now.
Yeah, there
I
was
mean,
some
there's no doubt.
discussion about do they have the capability of doing a similar voyage to go to Mars, like
Yeah.
around Mars and
Shoot.
stuff, which is like that's pretty wild, man. Yeah.
Did you see what Japan said?
No.
So they released this like generated image of like an idea with the moon and how they would like to essentially like solar panel the entire moon, like a ring around the moon
Okay.
to help like basically energize the planet like Earth so that we could literally have free energy.
That'll never happen.
It'll never happen because it's financially it's impossible.
Well,
But the idea
the idea
it-
of giving people something for free will never happen.
no, and that's the
that's
other
what
thing
Nikola
too.
Tesla was supposedly.
But
trying
just
to
the
do.
idea of that is really fucking cool.
Yeah, that's pretty wild.
Yeah. The picture they showed, it was very sweet because it was basically, there was like, kind of like, you know how like Saturn has rings?
Yes.
Essentially, they had like a solar panel ring around the moon in its gravitational pull, just like essentially spinning all the time.
And somehow that would transmit energy back to the Earth.
Yeah, because the sun charging the moon, like the UV from the,
Yeah.
so it's charging the solar panels. So yeah, I mean, not so much science fiction, but like in reality, it technically would work in a way, but it would probably change a lot of things.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. But
I don't either, but
I guess before we move off this topic, since we kind of rolled into Mars, you've seen the Martian movie
yes.
with Matt Damon. So Andy Weir wrote the book for that.
Right.
Very good book. Very good movie.
The movie's great. I didn't read the book, but the movie was great.
And then Andy Weir also wrote Project Hail Mary, which that movie just came out. And
Yeah, you told us to go see it, and we were intending to go see it last Sunday
really?
until the closet system in
Oh,
our
yeah.
upstairs closet fell down,
That's crazy.
and I had to spend like a couple hours putting
Fixing
that whole
that.
back
That
together.
sucks.
Yeah.
Well, if you get the chance,
All your mom did was take up like 6 or 7 dresses and put them in that closet, and we're like, oh, okay, fine. And then
the weight
like
just pulled it down.
Yeah, just like yanked the entire, like whoever put that thing up, it was done incorrectly. It was not me. I didn't put it up originally. Yeah, it just yanked the whole thing down, and so
Man,
we had to go back up there and
that's
reconstruct
crazy.
it. But anyhow, yeah, we were supposed to go see it, and we didn't get a chance to. But
Well, I won't give any spoils. I don't want to spoil anything. And anyone listening, if you've seen it, congratulations, best movie of the year. But just to give a quick synopsis of the movie, there's this like, I guess in a way it's an alien organism, but not really. It's like almost like an not even a bacteria, but essentially there's this stuff called astrophage, and it is eating the sun, and it's like basically killing the sunlight in space. And
Okay.
NASA discovered this, and they're trying to figure out a way to stop it. And they have like all their brightest and best people on Earth, like science, military, everybody trying to figure out how to stop this from happening. And Ryland Grace, who's played by Ryan Gosling, he is a middle school science teacher, but he had a like Nobel Prize or something beforehand. He was like this top scientist and studied astrophage. And essentially his report and essay he wrote about it got him like kicked out. They didn't like what he had to say. Very common thing that happens nowadays, you know?
yeah,
So he was essentially canceled and pushed out. So he went and taught middle school science.
okay,
And like you can tell, like he loves it. You know, he loves kids and everything. And so the plot of the story is NASA and all these like world leaders come together to put together a team of astronauts to go to space to figure out how to stop this from happening. And they found one planet in the solar system, not in our solar system, that their sun wasn't dying out. And they were trying to figure out why, because every other sun, star in this known galaxy was dying. And that would end in like within 30 years. They said the planet would cool down like 15 to 20 degrees. And so long story short, he gets ends up on this team. I'm not going to tell you how. And they are put into like coma, hypersleep to take the journey into space to this location. And he discovers something when he's out there. And the story is just like, it's a science fiction movie, but it's not it's not that far-fetched considering what it is and like what we know now. It's hilarious, it's sad, it's emotional, but it is like one of the best movies I've seen in probably the last decade.
Really?
Yeah.
Awesome.
And Gosling just like kills it in his performance. He acts alone most of the time, which is really impressive. Kind of like how Matt Damon was in The Martian.
Yeah.
And that one's a little more realistic. This movie has a little tiny bit of fantasy to it, but not too much where you're like, oh, that couldn't happen.
Yeah.
But it's visually beautiful. The music, everything. They didn't use any. Everything was practically built. Like they built the ship and all that stuff.
Oh, really?
They just from a movie making standpoint too. It's one of the best things I've seen in a really long time.
Cool.
So highly recommend it. Project Hail Mary, very, very good. If you didn't read the book too. It is just, it's probably one of my favorite books as well.
Sweet. Okay. Awesome.
But anyway, that's all I got on that topic. So, oh man.
Excuse me.
But, so yeah, go back to like the, just everything happening. So I guess I'll touch on a little bit because I kind of want to talk about it on why not only did we take a bit of a break, but just how life can just like throw you a damn curveball.
Yep.
And like just flip your world upside down. So I think this was the new year. Like right around the new year, things just kind of picked up. You know, work was getting crazy. I think I personally had like a really good plan and I was in a good mental place starting off this year for myself, at least. You know, like with work, the band, just like I had plans for the podcast, like all this stuff was just going really well. And everyone's been through this, but like, unfortunately, the relationship I was in for 5+ years just abruptly ended over just a bunch of shit. You know, like we all go through things and it was so unexpected that it just completely changed everything. I mean, like financially, mentally, emotionally, just like motivation was completely lost because of emotions taking over and then financial stress taking over. And it's just like, you know, one thing piles up on top of another. And all of you listening, we all, you know, being human and living day-to-day life, and life can just be hard for no reason half the time, you know?
Yeah. And it's crazy how like everything is just kind of going okay, right? Things are just smooth sailing. Same thing happened with me with the situation with my dad. You know, that's been status quo he's been living in this assisted living now for 2+ years, going on 2.5 years. It's been fine, you know, no real issues. And so as his power of attorney, I was taking care of some stuff online for him. He has a pension fund from one of his jobs that he had in his career, and there were some things that I needed to do. One of which was to make sure that they were aware that I was his power of attorney. So I have to like do this and upload this power of attorney form, right? I'm like, okay, cool, done. Like 3 weeks later, I get this letter from them saying, hey, thanks, you know, it's great that you sent this to us. However, it's an out-of-state power of attorney, so you need to have your father needs to sign this letter and get it notarized.
What?
Yeah. And I'm like,
Wait, how's it out of state?
well, because it's where he worked in California.
Oh, okay.
So the power of attorney actually was done in Pennsylvania, where he was living at the time when my mom passed away. Okay, so
jeez.
So I have two options with this form, right?
Okay.
One is to have him sign it, and it has to be notarized. So that's a whole side road that this story will go down. The other is I can sign it as his power of attorney, but I have to have letters from two doctors now that say he's not capable of signing the form. Why would you have to have letters from two doctors when I don't, he has one doctor.
Right.
But anyhow, so I'm thinking through this in my head. Now, when we moved him into this place, he had his Pennsylvania driver's license taken away because his driving privileges were taken away because he was like not capable of driving anymore. And I never took him to get like an ID or anything in Ohio.
Okay.
So I'm thinking if I got to get this thing notarized, they're going to want to see his ID. I'm like, oh, okay. So now I got to take him to get an ID.
Oh my gosh.
So I take a day off of work and I go pick him up, take him into the BMV, get the ID. Went very smoothly.
That's good. That's very good.
So then we go to the bank to get the form signed. And wouldn't you know it, a woman doesn't even ask for his ID.
Shit.
She just freaking notarizes it, signs it, boom,
oh my
done.
God.
So to follow up on this, so if anybody out there hasn't gotten set up with the new login.gov thing, if you want to access your Social Security or any of that shit, I would suggest you do it now because so all of the like communication from Social Security is through that website. So they'll send you an email saying you have a notification.
Okay.
So I go to log in there and I can't get in because I haven't done the login.gov thing for his account. So I'm trying to get his taxes done and I never get his 1099 from Social Security. So there's a thing you can call in and you can request, like you press in all these buttons, verify your identity, do all this. They'll send you another one.
Okay.
So I do that. Like 3 weeks goes by. I never get it. I'm like, son of a bitch. So now that I have his ID, I'm like, okay, well, I'll go visit him and we'll get this thing set up so that we can just get the 1099 and then I can get his taxes done. So I go visit him one evening and you have to take a picture of the front and the back of the license and then you have to take a picture of yourself.
Right. To verify. Yeah.
We did it we maxed out our attempts because it kept saying we can't read the ID. Oh, God. I'm like, son of a bitch. So I call the the guy that does our taxes, and I said, hey, can you file an extension for my dad? He's like, yep, no problem. You got till October. I'm like, cool. So like the next morning, I call the Social Security office, and I'm like, can you help me? What can I do here? This lady's like, she was super nice, but I get it. Like, because fraud is so rampant, there's all kinds of security protocols in place for all this stuff. And she's like, well, you could have him call in and then he has to answer questions. And I'm like, she goes, can he do that? I'm like, am I allowed to be there with him and like help him? And she's like, well, he's supposed to be able to answer the questions by himself. And I'm like,
oh, here we go.
I'm like, okay. I said, well, anyhow, would it be possible for me to request the 1099 to be mailed? And she goes, yeah, we can do that. She goes, is the address correct on the account? And I'm like, pretty sure it is. Yeah. Meaning like we use our address as his mailing address.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, pretty sure it is. And she goes, okay, well, I can send it to the address that's on file. Wouldn't you know, 4 days later, it arrives in the mail.
Oh, wow.
So
Nice.
I'm going to be able to get the taxes done. We haven't got the login.gov thing figured out yet, but the taxes will be done. But that was like probably about a 3 or 4 week process. And my anxiety.
Oh, I can't even imagine.
Through the roof. Because everything had just been so calm and cool and everything was fine. And then it just like blew up in my face. I mean, I had to take a day off of work, use a PTO day to do this stuff. And it was just like, oh my God.
I know. And like, for me, the last, I don't know, it's been probably 2 months now that this all took. Yeah. We decided to separate, and at that point, a lot of moving parts were happening because I didn't know where I was going to end up living and all these things. But you know what's crazy? And I've been talking to so many, not just my close friends, but some coworkers, some other distant friends, family, and it seems like there's been just this shift. Like we've talked about this before. We talked about this last year. Like this shift in the universe where just things are changing. And funny enough, this year, like on a personal level, for a lot of people that I know, like a lot of individuals are going through the same shit. Like tons of people. You know people as well.
I do.
Going through a lot of similar things like heartbreak and like people separating and like just life-changing stuff that's just like kind of come out of the blue all around the same time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I don't really believe in coincidences, but like, you know,
I agree with you. I think everything there happens for a reason.
yeah, like
I know
there's a
that's
reason behind
cliche
it.
thing to say, but
Yeah.
but there's a reason why. I
And same
believe
with
that.
superstition. I'm not really like all about all that,
No,
but
no, right.
But I do also believe that every little thing does happen for a reason. We go through every little high and every little struggle in life for a specific reason, not to just grow as people, but to put us on a path where we're supposed to be.
Yeah, and I do think that probably one of the biggest parts of that is for us to grow spiritually as a person, mature as a
Yes.
person, and as you go through those things, you start seeing the world very differently.
Very differently. Even recently.
Yes.
I mean, I have been more clear than I have been in a very long time mentally, and a lot of self-care lately, which has been
Is
just
super important.
extremely positive.
Yep.
And it's helped me help other people
Which is
that are going
and-
through
and-
shit.
And
you
that's
know?
another. I think that's another part of it too,
Yeah.
right? Is it's like it puts you in a place mentally, emotionally, spiritually, that you are able to be there for other people
Yeah.
that are going through something similar.
Yeah. And I'm not kidding. I swear, like last couple weeks, it's been like every few days, I'm having like another conversation with someone else
Really.
going through something. And like even a coworker the other day, and I'm just like, damn, like I know exactly how you feel right now, you know? But on the, you know, the front side of all that happening and it sucking and just everything being kind of stressful for a little bit, on the back end of that, things have been like extremely, I don't even know what the word is. Everything's been very positive, uplifting. I've been in a very good place. Things are just kind of like all the puzzle pieces are falling right into place, one after another, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
And I think that's what was supposed to happen.
It is what
know,
it was supposed to
And
happen.
not just for me, but like everyone else I
Yeah.
know that's going through that.
Yeah.
Things are turning around, and it's all good things. And it's like everyone's being set on a different path, and like maybe, you know, we were all supposed to go through that to be where we are now. And like, you know, I've even talked. I think it also, like you said, maturing, having a different view of life and the world, but like also like when the time comes and you are like mentally and emotionally ready to like get back out there and meet someone, you already like because I have talked to people who have also gone through that or worse, and they're on that same level you are, where they're
Yeah.
like,
Right. Yes.
they're emotionally cautious, but in a mature and a good way. And it's, I like you said, I think it's just all about maturity and kind of
Yeah.
learning from your experiences. And,
Exactly. Right. You've heard the age old question that gets asked from like a philosophical standpoint is like, why does God let good things or bad things happen to good people? That whole conversation. Right. And it's like, and again, I'm not a person, I don't believe in coincidences. I believe that God has a plan for every one of us. And I believe that when these things happen, despite the fact that it's shitty in the moment, there is a greater good, a way that God uses you through that and transforms you and then allows you to work with other people and help other people.
Yeah.
That I think, and not to say that like, I'm not trying to equate like what your relationship situation was or the crap that I dealt with my dad is the same as like somebody losing a loved one or something like that, or a plane crash or
Yeah.
a car crash or something like, it's like super tragic thing. But I think it's still kind of the same concept, is that it's like, you know, your mom and I have a friend of ours who has a couple kids that are developmentally challenged. And, you know, she's kind of gone through that whole process herself of kind of like, why'd this happen? Like, what the heck, you know? And then as time has gone by, you know, it's kind of like she now I think is understanding that like that was all part of, like, you're the person that God picked for these children because you're the one that can give them what they need.
Yeah.
You and your husband can provide for them in a way that they need, you know?
Yeah, I agree with you there. And like it kind of like has that representation of like that battle that's always happening.
Oh,
between
yeah.
heaven and hell.
Oh,
It's like
absolutely.
that feels like we're
Oh,
you know, we got a bunch of wins happening out of nowhere.
yes.
Like we're kind of like overcoming some things like as a species, and you know.
I'll tell you what, if you want to listen to an interesting podcast, and both Sean Ryan and Tucker Carlson have interviewed this guy. His name is Father Chad Ripperberger.
Okay.
And he is a renowned exorcist,
Oh, okay.
but his discussion about the spiritual battle, good versus evil, is very, very eye-opening. And it's like, I don't know how you listen to this guy. I mean, he's a Catholic priest. I don't know how you could listen to this guy and not believe that this is happening around us every single day. It's incredible stuff. And you just go, wow. Like,
I'll have to check that
yeah,
out. 'Cause I'm very curious.
yeah, it's very interesting. One of the things that Sean Ryan asked him was about aliens. And he said, I believe that aliens are demons. And he's like, can you explain that? And he's like, yeah, sure. He goes, I was doing he calls them a session when he's doing an exorcism or whatever.
Yeah.
He said, I have done sessions where a person has physically morphed into the traditional way that an alien looks
Oh my God.
in like what we think of as an
like
alien,
a
you know, the little gray hair, the big
green
head, the big
alien, yeah.
eyes, you know, all the almond-shaped eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, he said, I have physically I've seen it with my own eyes, people physically morph like that.
That's not the first time I've heard that either.
Right. Me either.
That's crazy. And now I really need to watch this episode.
Yeah, you got to listen to it. It's very like it's you know, and whether you're a religious person or not, I don't think is totally
Yeah, I don't think that matters.
is totally relevant. I think a lot of people believe that there is a God of some form.
Yeah, some
you know, right?
form.
I think a lot of
A
people
higher
believe
power.
that. And so, you know, one of the arguments that a lot of people use for when people say, well, how do you know God's real or this or that? It's like, well, if God can do all of these things and represents this ultimate good, there has to be the other side of that,
a
right?
God who does the same thing in the opposite way, of
Right.
like
Which
creating evil, creating chaos,
Yeah.
and you know, an army that could go against the
And-
good, you know.
And listening to this priest discuss how he talks about, he gets into the whole thing about like their makeup, like physiological makeup, their mental makeup, and how they prey on people. Like all the like, just think about like all the things that people struggle with their mental health, like self-doubt, right?
Oh, yeah.
I'm not good enough, right? And he's like, they know that about you, and they put that stuff in your head every day. Like, oh, I'm not going to apply for that job. I'll never get it. I'm not qualified. I'm not good enough to do that. And so what do? You don't do it.
Yeah.
Or, you know, somebody that might struggle with the way they look.
Yeah, like
Stuff
body
like that.
dysmorphia, or,
right,
you
right.
know.
That anything that every person deals with in some sort of way that is where you just look at yourself and you go, I'm not good enough. I'm not the best. I'm not this. You know, these demons are like going at those weaknesses, and they're like just attaching themselves to you through that. And it's very interesting to listen to.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I just, like I keep saying it, there, and like obviously there's a lot of good happening. I mean, I know like right now, the world and specifically our country, there's so many things that I can't even pick a topic right now to even think about of what's happening. And
Yeah.
we are in another spot again where it's just like shit's turned upside down and we're paying like $4 a gallon for gas and like just all this shit's going on. And
Right.
I don't know.
But I do believe that despite all of that that's happening, you know, we're going to come out of that we're going to come out on the other side. I don't know when that will be. But I think it will change. It will shift. And you know,
because I feel like we're on the mend now, you know.
I think we're trying to get
Like
there.
we're getting
I mean,
there.
this war thing is it's a little dicey as far as I'm concerned, and I have a whole laundry list of opinions about that thing, but I don't know that it's worth talking about. But I do think we're on the mend, and I think that like the most important thing to focus on is like what you're talking about when you're seeing your circle of people that have been through something and they're coming out the other side of it and they're better people, they're in a better place. That's what changes the world, right? It's about people.
Yeah.
That's what changes the world. I mean, we can sit here and say all you want about, oh, what's the economy going to do? What are gas prices going to do? What's going to happen with the war? What's going to happen with the Middle East? I don't know, and I can't control it.
Yeah.
I don't
Control what you can control.
exactly,
you know, in
and
your
that's-
life.
And I think that's what God wants us to do.
Yeah.
Is like to focus on, like, hey, you be the best person that you can be, and like you said, you're in a better place to be able to help other people become a better person and the best person that they can be. You know, and it just sort of, I don't know what the right word is, but it goes out from there.
It
right?
does.
You know, because that you help somebody that then helps somebody in their circle,
Yeah.
who then helps somebody in their circle, and the circle just keeps getting
And
bigger
it's
and
like
bigger.
and not just helping people, but like it's changing everyone's attitude and outlook on life as well. Like my two closest friends, who I also play music with, they are also going through shit individually,
Right.
and you know, they helped me through that. And without them and my family, it probably would have been much harder to deal with.
Sure.
But it made it not easy, but it made me stronger through the whole thing because I had good people on my side
Yep.
and in my corner. But then on the back end of that, in the last couple of weeks, like they've been going through shit, and like just the way they're talking to me now is completely different. Like they have this new outlook and they're like staying positive and they're like, you know, more in touch with their emotions and like sharing things with each other. And it's so good to see, and I love it. And even though they're going through such bad stuff right now, they have a positive outlook on what's ahead, you know? And it makes me so happy.
Yeah. And they're in a much better headspace and better prepared for what's coming.
Exactly.
Right.
And I just think, like you said before, it's about maturing and like handling those situations differently. Cause I can tell you right now, this happened 10 years ago, man, it would be the end of the world for me. There's no way I would have,
Yeah.
I
Right.
don't think I would have handled it right.
No, I get that.
You know?
I get it. I totally get that. Makes sense.
I've definitely become, you know, because not to, you know, my dad was a great guy and like, but he was a little short tempered. He got stressed out easily. And like my family has a history of that, and, just never handled things right. And then like, you know, that takes a toll on your health and everything. And
right.
in the last 10 years for myself, because I went through similar stuff like that, like being impatient, temperamental, and losing myself through people that I was with, coming out of that, I have now become extremely patient and extremely understanding, but also can hold my ground and be blunt and not get walked all over either.
Right.
Like I have found like the sweet spot for me, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, even like previous jobs, I mean, when I was working in the trucking industry, like I let that shit get to me every single day, and it was so stupid because it didn't matter.
Right.
But you know,
Right.
it got so bad I had to go to the urgent care and get an EKG because I thought I was having a heart attack. And it's like,
right.
but now, you know, I'm back working with the public again, and it's like I go to work every day. And yes, there are difficult days where people can just be stupid, and that's just how the world is.
That's
But
never
I
going to change.
do not let it get to me anymore.
Yeah,
I
that's-
know how to handle difficult people, difficult situations, and I am helping those younger people handle those situations better too.
You're leading by example for
know?
others to see.
Because
how
I
you
wish I would
deal
have
with
had that
Sure.
back then. You know,
Yeah, exactly. And at the end of the day, it's a job.
yeah, it's just a job.
It's a job.
It's a job.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean,
Yeah.
the world isn't going to end because you didn't.
Yeah.
Whatever. You know, it's like let's just stop making such a big damn deal out of all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and like back to like this whole thing we just talked about. We are here for like a blip
Yep.
in time compared
Yep.
to the universe, and it's like,
Yep.
why spend that little bit of time here unhappy and stressed out?
Yep. Exactly.
Enjoy it, cherish every little moment,
Yep.
love everybody that you can. It's like,
Yep.
it's life is too damn short.
I couldn't agree more.
And that's
100%.
another thing you realize more as you get older. It's like once you're through your 20s, time just goes, man.
Yeah, time flies, and then you get to a point like when you get to be my age where you start thinking about the fact that you got less years on this planet than you've lived already, and that's one of those moments where you go,
You don't want to think about that.
you're like, I don't really want to think about that, but if you're in the right frame of mind, if you have the right attitude, it's like, well, I'm going to make the most of that time, whatever
Yes.
that time is. I'm going to make the most of it. I'm going to surround myself with quality people.
Yep.
The people that I love and people that love me, people I want to spend time with, and that want to spend time with me, and that's what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to get all worked up about all this other stuff that's floating around out here that I can't control.
Yeah. And then like, I've seen some people I don't know, but some individuals like just from observing the last couple of weeks, and I see the way some people just react to things, and I'm like, damn, I feel so sorry for you that you're like that upset over something so small. And I hope you come out of that somehow,
Yeah.
because
right.
it's sad.
It really is.
It
is.
like,
when you
It's
put
a
it
shame.
when you put it in the right perspective, it is. It's sad that people are like,
Yeah.
whatever stupid little thing. It's like it's just a stupid little thing. It's not
Your world's not going to end. You're not going to die. It's
exactly.
like, it's okay.
It's fine.
Everything's okay.
Yeah, it's gonna be fine. Yeah, 100%.
But I've not just because I have it's much better. There is, like they say, quantity over or quality over quantity. Sorry,
yes,
I
right.
almost went the opposite way.
Yes,
But
yes.
I have found quality in having a smaller friend circle
Oh yeah,
versus knowing a bunch of people and hanging out with all these people.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing with relationships over the last decade. I have a much better understanding and outlook going forward on what to avoid, how to because I don't want to be, I am no longer going to be that guy that's like, oh, I want to help you be better and save you and all these things. Like,
not your job.
that's
to do
not
that.
my job anymore. Like,
It's not your job.
it's not.
Right.
And
It's kind of like one of those things where when you realize that it's kind of like the relationship is, and I think this goes whether it's like an intimate relationship with your partner, wife, or whatever, or just a friend relationship. It's kind of like we can kind of complete each other. Like we work together, we complement one another.
yeah.
And I'm not here to fix your broken shit, dude.
Yeah.
Like I'll help you.
Yeah,
Like,
sure.
We'll talk about it, and I can certainly offer
But
you.
you got to meet me halfway.
Yes.
You know,
I'll offer
you gotta
you
split
my
the load.
insight, but right, this is not all just a 100.
It's not a
one-way
one-man
road.
show.
Yeah.
And I'm guilty of letting myself get taken advantage of, and
Oh, I think that's.
but it happens.
We all are.
Happens to good
We've
people
all-
too.
It happens. We're all guilty of that. Of whether you let yourself be taken advantage of by a friend or your partner, your job, your
It happens to
boss. I mean,
everybody.
it happens all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm guilty of it too. I've done it countless times in my life.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. But it's good,
Well, that's awesome to hear. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah. And you know, like when we met this past weekend, it was like everything was falling into place so fast. Like, but not like all at once. It was just like one after another, like domino effect, you know?
Yeah.
And then we sat down and here we are, not even a week later, we're back on the podcast.
Right.
We're both in a good headspace talking about stuff, and
Yep.
it feels really good.
Yep.
And
agree,
I
it
have a
does.
very good feeling about the future of this too.
Yeah. Awesome. Me
So-
too. Yeah. Me too.
Yeah.
I went to down to Birdfish a couple of weeks ago, and your mom had this guy had played out at the Cove last summer.
Okay.
He's from Hocking Hills. He's a
Oh yeah, she told me about this guy.
right. And so we went down there to listen to him play, and he's really cool. I like his sound. I like what he's got going on. We talked for a little bit afterwards, and he was funny because you touched on the social media stuff at the beginning of this episode, where you were like, I know that like you kind of have, especially if you're doing it for digital marketing and like trying to promote something like this or whatever, you kind of have to do it. And so I said to him, I go, dude, you literally have one song on Spotify. And he goes, yeah, I know. He goes, I used to have my whole library up there. He said, but I've evolved so much as an artist in the last like 3 or 4 years that I took it all down because I don't sound the same.
Wow.
Like my whole vibe is different. I'm like, okay.
That's
And
pretty cool.
And he goes, I try to like put stuff on Facebook. He goes, but it's just me. And he goes, I hate social media. And I'm like,
Feel you there.
I'm like, I get it, but you gotta, I don't know, find somebody that can help you with that or do it for you because you need it. As much as I hate to say that
No, you're right.
you could do it without it, you can't.
You can't, you know, my band has been together for like 12 years or maybe longer, but you know, one of our members is in charge of the social media, and without that and putting a little bit of money behind it
Yeah.
for ads, like it's such a cesspool
Yep.
of just
Yep.
shit, you know?
It is.
And
And it's not a fun place to go, but you have to embrace it to a point for the purpose that it provides.
Yes. The digital age we live in, you unfortunately have to lean on it.
Yes.
Because
you do.
it's not like getting a record deal 10 years ago or like having a radio show or
Right.
whatever.
Yeah.
Like,
because that whole side of the media is dead. Like it's dead.
Yeah.
That avenue for getting a record deal is like it's totally changed. Radio's dead. I mean,
Pretty
does anybody
much.
listen to the radio?
I don't know.
I mean, I don't.
I think podcasting killed that.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. So
And
like there's all
streaming
these
music. You know?
Yeah. So these alternative medias that are out there today have totally turned that on its head, and you just got to embrace it, whether it's YouTube or the music music / podcast platforms, Facebook, Instagram, whatever.
Yeah.
And you just got to do it, and you just can't get too like caught up in the bullshit that will probably come,
Yeah.
whether you want it to or not. It's going to
Yeah,
come,
it
and
will.
you just got to
Yeah.
just be like, slough
Just
it
gotta
off.
let it go.
Yeah.
And that's another point, you know, like, because we talked about this, you know, for us to get back out there and be consistent, you know, put the quality out, do some audio episodes for a while. And then when we are like kicking it back off and we're in a good space, I think it's probably smart to invest in some cameras and then probably, you know, make a TikTok and
Yeah.
have those other platforms to post on like every day or every week and
Right.
visually get ourselves out there again. And it's
Right.
like, but like we've talked before, it's such a tough avenue to go down.
It's it's hard.
But
It's hard.
we have to lean into that. And
you do. If you, I mean, the reality of this is like, yes, you and I both enjoy doing it, and it's good for us, and it's fun for us, and we like it. But selfishly or not selfishly, say however you want it. You'd like to see it be something.
Yeah, sure.
Where you'd have
at
followers
least
or
a
listeners
following who like wants to listen to this every week.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I mean, you want that. You would like to just not be doing it for our own like mental masturbation time. You know?
Right. Yeah. Exactly. And I say that not just for us, but for any upcoming content creator who's got their first YouTube channel or their own gaming, you know, streaming channel or their first podcast or whatever it is. Everyone's going to go through that process in the beginning, you know, where you're this big, you're small, and you
Yep.
have like 5 followers, and
Yep.
you know, you get like a few views a week, and
Yeah. And like, and that's what, like we just said, hey, the biggest thing that we can do is just be consistent and put out content on a consistent basis. And, you know, for 7 months or so, we did.
we did every week.
We did. And, you know, I think we're going to get back to that point where
Yes.
we will be consistent again, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. Yeah. So, we haven't really talked much about all this. At least not on here. We haven't. But there was a couple movies that you and I had watched separately
Mm-hmm.
that I don't think we got to discuss yet. But I'm trying to remember which ones they were. I know Peaky Blinders was one of them.
Yeah. The Immortal Man was one.
Yeah,
Yeah. I've watched it twice.
I did too.
And like, I got to admit, like, it was kind of, because I was a fan of the show, obviously. It was kind of like, I'm not missing this movie. I'm
Yeah,
watching
like
it. I got to see it.
I mean, we tried to go see it in the theater.
Yeah, except it wasn't shown. Right
Yeah,
here.
it's a shame.
So I was watching it the first time around, no matter what, right?
Yeah.
And I had to watch it a second time because I wanted to pick up on some of the nuances that were there. It's kind of like I recognized that they were there, but
It just went by so fast.
it did, because it's like, you know, you're kind of jazzed up that, okay, this movie's finally here,
Yeah.
right? It's finally here. And you're watching it and you're just like, oh yeah. And you're just like all into the stuff. And then, but it was a kind of a tragic story,
It was, yeah.
you know, like my first time through, I guess I didn't really process it that way. The second time through, I was like, okay, there was a lot of really bad shit that happened in this.
Yeah, like towards the end of the last season.
Yeah.
And like not that I forgot, but I guess it like the impact that it left, I forgot that they went through all that,
Yeah.
you know?
Right.
And that's where we started off in this
Right.
movie.
Yeah. And he's like, I don't want to, like, I'm out here doing my thing. I'm writing this book.
Yeah.
I don't want to be involved. I'm not getting involved. Duke's got it. I don't care what they're doing, you know? And then how it unfolds about what happened to Arthur.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Yeah, that was nuts.
That was crazy. Yeah. And then, what's his sister's name?
Is it Anna? Is it Anna?
Anna or Annie, something.
Something like that, isn't it?
Yeah.
I can't
mean,
remember.
what happens to her
Oh my God. Yeah.
right in front of Duke?
Yeah.
And then at the very end, what happens to Tommy?
Yeah.
And it's like, and I know that's all setting up for the
spinoff.
the spin-off series. It's going to happen.
Yeah.
But it was there, you know, there was a lot of action, and it was like you get to see some of the old characters and stuff, and it's like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah.
But there was some really tragic stuff that happened.
There was. I honestly was expecting more with like, because when the first time I watched it was like, I guess the first time I didn't catch on this, but was Tommy not aware that his son was running things, or
I think that
or did he just take a back seat?
my take on it was that he was just like, kind of like, I don't care what he's doing. I don't want to be involved. I'm not involved anymore. And then they like sort of brought the whole, hey, you're the Gypsy King
Yeah.
thing in, and you got to save our people
Yeah.
kind of thing. Right. Which is kind of like, that's that underlying thing throughout the whole series, where it's like, you kind of forget about the fact that these guys, yeah, they're gangsters and they're awful people. They do some awful shit to people,
Yeah.
but they have that whole gypsy community thing.
And they kept everybody together.
Yeah.
And
right.
like, I guess I was expecting a little bit more from Tommy in the movie, like in the middle of it, of him like coming back as this like
just
intimidating,
just
like
wreaking it. Well, how about,
badass,
I mean, how
like,
about the
you know.
episode or the scene when he's at the bar with the soldier?
oh shit, yeah, okay, that was crazy.
That was great.
That was really good.
Yeah. He's like, here's a little dance called the two-step. You might have heard of it.
Yeah,
I mean, that was probably
that was like a good callback to like episode 1 or 2, I think.
Yeah. Right.
of season 1.
I mean, he had that moment, and then of course the moment when he and Duke were fighting
In the pigs.
pigsty.
That was good,
in the
yeah.
in the mud pit with the pigs. Yeah. But yeah, and then he has the shootout thing.
Yeah.
But
That was pretty crazy.
but yeah, it was. I liked it.
No, it was really good. I mean, Netflix has done a decent job, I think, putting out some movies in the last year. And I think with all the success of it, they're not done, obviously, doing this. But yeah, and like, Killian's become one of the greatest actors of our time, I think. Have you watched? Did you watch that movie Steve with him yet?
I have not.
It's on Netflix. You do got to watch that.
Okay, I have not.
He's got a very like, he plays a very emotional role in that movie, and it's awesome. He essentially plays like this like, not really a principal, but like the head of this like school in Ireland, and of these like boys that are like, what do you call them? Like basically a school for like, it's not a boarding school, but like
disciplinary problems.
Disciplinary,
Yeah,
like really bad kids.
Yeah. Okay.
But they all love him and they all kind of take to him for the most part.
Okay.
But it like the toll that job takes on him.
Yeah.
And like the funding for the school is pretty bad, and it's just like, it's a really good movie.
Okay.
It's called Steve. Yeah.
I'll check it out because you know what I just watched.
Because it's got like an anemone pace to it.
Okay.
So, and that was,
You know what I just watched, and I watched it twice in about 3 days because it and it's weird because we talk a lot about movies, and I've never touched on this movie, and this is probably one of my all-time favorite movies is Dead Poets Society.
Oh my God. I watched that movie twice this year, or not, well, last year into this year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Dude.
such a great, and
It
that's
has that feeling too.
Yeah, that movie is like
Tragic,
but
like uplifting,
but so uplifting, like the whole like coming of age stuff, and it's like seeing the conflict between this teacher and the administration and idea of free thinking, and you got all these like Ivy League bound kids whose families are basically like, this is what you're gonna do. You're gonna be a doctor. You're gonna be a lawyer. You're gonna do this. We got your whole life laid out for you, and you're gonna do it, and you're gonna like it, and that's just the way it goes. And then this teacher who went to the same school, which is interesting, and he's out there like, no, like be a free thinker, think for yourself, look at the world differently, all of that stuff, and it's like, geez,
and
man.
Robin Williams has like the best performance. In that
he's
movie.
fantastic in it. Fantastic. Ethan Hawke is fantastic in that film. Yeah, Robin Williams was just unbelievable in that movie. Unbelievable.
The first time I ever seen that movie, was I think the first, So it was in my 7th grade English class. I watched it.
Were you doing a section on poetry?
We were doing poetry. We were doing Edgar Allan Poe stuff, like, for like a good semester. And the end of that, after our exam, we watched Dead Poets Society, and it stuck with me ever since. I remember watching it at my papa's too with my cousins.
Yeah.
And then ever since, it's like a yearly watch for me.
No, I love it. So funny story about that is like, so I had a minor. I had a minor in English in college, and I hated poetry. Hated poetry. I saw that film when it came out in theater, 1989, I think. So I was not quite out of college yet, and totally changed my perspective on poetry, which is crazy, right?
That's cool.
Like I literally have several poetry books here that I've got a whole
awesome.
like collection of Robert Frost stuff and some of that stuff. But I absolutely hated poetry. It's like one of those things where it's like I can't put words to it. I guess when I was first introduced to poetry, I couldn't see it as a story.
Yeah. It's more of like the structure of it.
Right. Like,
clouded it.
Like it did. It didn't,
Yeah.
I couldn't see, like I couldn't read it and
Couldn't
go,
see
oh, there's a
past the
story
words.
here.
Yeah.
And it's like, no, there is a story here. Like this is just a shorter version of a book or a shorter version of a short story or whatever. But I honestly, like after I saw that movie for the first time, I was like, oh, okay. All right. I'm starting.
Yeah. I have a better
kinda get
understanding and appreciation for poetry as well, because in school, and I think it's just because
They just make it so awful.
Yeah, they don't make it fun, and because it's school and it's something you're like forced to learn, you're just, to me at the time as a 7th grader, it was like, I'm just reading words off a page and occasionally rhyming some words, or like putting certain sentences a certain way, but I'm not getting the meaning behind it,
Right.
Because I'm trying to figure out the structure of it and how to write it.
Well, that was an interesting part of in that film, the scene where he has them like there's the textbook on understanding poetry,
Yeah.
right, by whoever, and they're like, here's how to graph a poem, and you see that today, and I think back and I go, listening to him, it's like rip that introduction out of the book,
Yeah.
like that's ridiculous.
Yeah, you don't need to know that.
Like it doesn't matter, and and I guess
it's a form of art.
It's a form of art, and it's music is the same. Music is like poetry,
Yeah.
in very much the same way. Like the structure of how lyrics are written, and there's a story there.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. But yeah, I've watched that movie like twice in the last week.
It's so good.
Yeah, it's such a great
Man.
movie. Yeah,
I'm trying to think of what I've watched in the last few weeks. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have actually been on quite the movie binge lately.
well, you have the whole new movie room, so
Yeah, that's
which is
pretty sweet.
pretty
It's
sweet.
like a small cinema in the house. It's definitely very cool. But to go back, I think the first movie I watched, so Peaky Blinders was the first one, Immoral Man, and then I went and saw Project Hail Mary in the theaters twice. Had to. Cried both times.
Oh, jeez.
And then watched Zombieland. Such a good movie.
I forgot
It has
about
aged
that.
so well
I
too.
forgot about that one.
Oh my god, so fun. Woody Harrelson just
Oh,
steals the
dude.
show, man. He's so funny in that movie. And Jesse Eisenberg's like a good complimentary
Yeah.
scene partner.
Yeah.
Because he's so quirky and like nerdy and stuff.
Right.
And, you know,
Yes.
Tallahassee and Columbus.
Oh my god!
That
I'm gonna
movie,
have to watch.
It's
that
such a
again.
good horror comedy.
I'm gonna
Like
have to watch
it's
that
like
again.
you ever seen Shaun of the Dead? Mm-hmm. It's like that. It's like a little better than that.
Yeah, it's just
but,
this kind of like quirky, goofy thing.
yeah,
and
it's so fun.
But it is.
It's a good
fun
like
movie.
shut your brain off, just
yeah.
have a good time movie.
That's a good way to describe it. It's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then this past week, we watched Jurassic Park.
Your first one, the original.
We tested the movie room with Jurassic Park,
Okay.
which was so awesome.
I'm sure the sound was phenomenal.
Oh,
the
like
sound
when the-
in that movie was
When the
like,
T-Rex went
Yeah,
off, oh
yeah.
man, it was so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Okay.
we watched. We had a marathon that night. We watched Jurassic Park. We watched Drive.
That's a
With
that's
Ryan
a really
Gosling.
good freaking movie. I like that movie.
Yeah, Bryan Cranston, Ryan Gosling.
Yeah. That's a cool movie.
very, very like. Gosling doesn't have a lot to say in the whole movie,
Right.
but his performance is just like
Yeah.
it's crazy and it's so violent and so good, and the
Yeah.
story just wraps up so well.
That is a cool movie.
And then we also watched Nightcrawler.
Also, a very good movie.
Like,
Jake
it's like a
Gyllenhaal
cult
was
classic now.
awesome in that movie.
Yeah,
He was awesome. In that
so
movie.
like menacing
yeah,
and weird.
yes,
It almost gave me like a Heath Ledger vibe,
yes, I can see that.
you know,
Mm-hmm.
or like a mix of like Taxi Driver and American Psycho, kind of.
Taxi Driver is such a freaking cool movie. If you've never seen that, I'm going to tell
You have to watch
anybody
that.
who's
Yeah.
listening. If you haven't seen Taxi Driver and you haven't seen Raging Bull,
Oh my god!
you have to invest in watching those two movies.
Or Reservoir Dogs.
Reservoir Dogs. Holy cow! Yes, it's
Yeah.
another freaking awesome movie.
Raging Bull's so good.
Raging Bull and Taxi Driver, two
Man.
like iconic movies.
I do have a couple movies because I've just re-alphabetized my Blu-ray shelf,
Okay,
and I put a couple on my list I want to watch. I'm gonna watch Pulp Fiction again. Tarantino.
I'll never get your mother to watch that.
Really?
No, she hates
Dude.
it. She hates it. I think that movie's freaking
It's
great.
so good.
I think it's awesome, but she's like, "Oh, that movie's so stupid." Yeah.
And
she'll
then
never watch
Training Day was the other one I want
it.
to
Oh,
watch
dude,
again.
Training Day. Training Day is right there with the Gladiator and Dead Poet Society.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
where I could watch it. I don't care how many times I've
does
seen
not
it.
matter.
Don't care. I can watch it anytime.
Yeah.
That movie is freaking awesome. I saw that movie in the theater when it first
Oh,
came
that's
out.
awesome.
Oh my god.
I remember renting it at Hollywood Video
Yeah.
on VHS.
Denzel. Ethan Hawke was really good.
Yeah,
in
they
it,
were
too.
both very
But
good.
Denzel was freaking
That's like, I mean,
bomb in that
Denzel's
movie.
always been great, but that's got to be one of his best roles.
King Kong ain't got shit on me.
Oh man,
This is my hood. You just fucking live here.
Oh, you know what I just finished the other night? Because with all the good that's been happening, and I got settled into the house. Everything's put away, organized, furnished. There's literally, besides yard work, there's nothing left to do at this point.
Right.
For
Awesome.
now. But I was able to. I came home one night. I did some laundry. I cleaned. I filed my taxes. I restrung my bass for this weekend.
Nice.
Got a bunch of shit done.
That's right. Got a show Saturday night.
And I finished The Marshals on Paramount.
Yeah. And so the season's over.
I believe so, yeah.
And what's your?
I thought it was solid.
I haven't watched
Okay.
it. I'm like really. I'm just really on the fence about whether I want to
I have a feeling.
go back in or go in at all. I haven't gone into it at all. So
I have a feeling if you do watch it, I feel like you're gonna be like, yeah, that was okay.
okay.
It has so obviously Casey Dutton by Luke Grimes, it's
Yes.
played by
Right.
him.
Right.
There's a couple. What's his name? Where is he? Logan Marshall Green is in it,
Okay.
which I like him. He's had some
Okay.
pretty good roles over the last
Okay.
few years.
Yeah. Yeah.
He essentially plays like the head marshal of their unit, I guess.
Okay.
And then like Tate, his son, that kid's in it.
The same actor.
Same actor. Kid grew up so fast.
Yeah.
He's as tall as Luke Grimes.
Well,
now.
I mean, he was like, yeah, when he
know.
was filming Yellowstone, he was like in at 10, 11, and then all of a sudden they just go, how they go
shot
go
up
crazy.
like a corn stalk.
Yeah.
And then obviously Thomas Rainwater and a mower in it.
Oh, okay.
From the res.
Yeah. Yeah.
But it's cool because it does a really good job at walking the line safely, where it's like it's not Yellowstone.
Yeah.
They're not on the ranch. They're occasionally back at Casey's cabin house where they had settled. But the show takes place at like the Marshals like headquarters,
Okay.
which is in Yellowstone. And they're basically just like this guy that Green plays. He was SEAL with Casey back when they were in the SEAL teams.
Mm-hmm.
And he essentially recruits Casey to work with them as a marshal to try and like settle crime and catch bad guys around Yellowstone.
Okay.
And,
Is that what they're doing? Or like they like catching poachers and crap like that?
so
or
it starts
is it
off like
something-
that, but then
Oh, okay.
they get into this like they've discovered this like trafficking thing on the res with girls,
Oh,
which becomes
Which is
pretty
a-
interesting.
which is a real life thing.
Yeah.
By the way, that does
pretty
happen.
scary.
Yes.
And with their experience, and then like they do have a native guy from the res working in the Marshals,
Mm-hmm.
and like the natives are like kind of against him because like, why are you working with them?
you're working
like
with
you're
the
working
white man.
all the white
Yeah.
guys. And it's like,
Right.
yeah, well, I'm just trying to make things better for you guys, and like,
And they're like, yeah.
and he's
I'm
kind of
super
like a
skeptical
grunt,
of
so
that.
he's like very cocky, and then Casey kind of puts him in his place and like makes him realize like, hey, if this isn't for you, you might want to get out now,
Yeah.
because when the shit hits the fan,
So did they do any explanation? Because I know Casey's wife, what was her name?
Monica.
I know she's not in this show.
Killed
and
her
is
off
supposedly
screen.
dead.
Yeah. So
Did they
they
do any explanation?
They
in that,
wrote
or-
a small story into like she ended up getting cancer due to something that happened on the res
Oh.
that multiple women got sick from something, and she died. But they explained that in the first episode.
Oh, okay.
And I think I saw something. It was literally due to like casting and timing. She just wasn't able to be on it.
Okay.
So they just wrote her off, which is a
Okay.
very Taylor Sheridan thing to do.
Oh yeah. Just yeah. Just say that character's no longer here.
But I mean, honestly, for a little spinoff, I thought it
Terrible.
was pretty okay.
Okay.
If you just want something to entertain you for a little bit,
Yeah.
I think it's
Yeah.
only 6 episodes. But, it's fun. Casey Dutton's cool. He was honestly one of my favorite characters on the show.
Yeah, I liked him too.
you know,
on that show.
A kid
Yeah.
from Ohio, by the way.
Right.
From Dayton.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. But yeah, I don't know.
So we watched this documentary. It's only two episode documentary.
Okay.
It's called Wild Boys. It's on Paramount. So like I watched the trailer for it, and it ended up being nothing like I expected it to be. But apparently, and I don't want to ruin it because if you want to watch it, like I said, it's 2 episodes. It's going to take 2 hours of your time, and it's very interesting. But so these two teenagers just arrive in this town in Canada.
Okay.
They just kind of like walk out of the woods into this little town, and they're like, hey, here we are. And our parents, they, we were raised out in the wilderness, and we didn't go to school, and we didn't, we just hunted for food and all this weird stuff. Yeah.
What the
Right.
hell?
Well, yeah. And that's what
Okay.
that was the premise of it, that I thought, okay, this would be interesting. I want to see how this plays out. And then there's a really huge twist in it as to who these two kids really are. And that's the part that you kind of go,
Oh man, I'm gonna have to
Oh.
watch it.
yeah, it's
Sounds crazy.
Like I said, it's 2 hours.
Yeah,
it's like
a movie.
yeah, it's not a big deal, but it's just based on, I mean, it's a totally true story. It's a
Okay.
documentary, but it's just weird.
Okay.
It was really
I'm sold.
kind of interesting. I don't know.
Dang,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, do you got anything else to cover today?
I mean, there's a lot of stuff that we could cover, but we have many more weeks to do this. So
We do.
We don't have to try to cover everything. In
yeah,
one
and you know
shot.
what? This was a good hour and 10 minutes back.
Okay.
You know?
Perfect. Yeah.
That
Perfect.
feels pretty good.
Good. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said before, guys, at the posting of this episode, you guys have hopefully already listened to the last one that we've had for a while. We've been sitting on, but 2 episodes to get you guys back in gear, get us on track, and yeah, we hope to keep you listening. And
Yeah. We'll be back with some more great content, I think.
yes, and I have some exciting news
Oh.
going forward.
Okay.
I officially, unofficially, but we're pretty much there, do have 3 guests
Oh.
ready to be on the books here soon.
Sweet.
So
Yeah.
we're going to get this in a little
Okay. Excellent.
podcast triangle and
All right. I
get
like
some
it.
really fun topics and stories coming.
That's always good. That's
Yeah.
always a good time.
We're going to have some like spiritual, like paranormal kind of universal kind of stuff.
Okay.
We're going to have some really fun like music, haunted horror stuff.
Oh,
And then
geesh.
maybe
Okay.
some like more grounded political things to talk about.
Okay. Excellent.
So-
Good. Well, that's a nice variety
Good
of topics.
mix of things,
Mix
yeah.
of things to talk about. That's really good. Awesome.
But yeah, hopefully that'll be here soon. I'll try to get working on that. And then, but yeah, just stay tuned, keep listening, and we will catch you next time.
Later.
See ya.